Battle to the death, fighting till I take my last breath, till there's nothing left of this flesh, till it's past tense. Got up on the fence, henceforth this intense. I was lost, now a friend, now a force with the pen for the Lord.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Marrio Esco Live. I am your host, Marrio Esco, and alongside me is my good friend, co-host, Gil Vargas. I don't know if I want to keep using that as an intro for you. Is that like...
I feel like it's,
maybe not?
It's profiling.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, we don't
play
that
that song
definitely
every
don't.
time.
Got it. Yo, for sure. Definitely don't want to do that. No special guests today. Just me and Gil chilling, rocking. Shout out to y'all coming in. Shout out to our listeners. Let me get the right applause going here. Hold on one sec. Get myself together one sec. You know what I mean?
Get yourself together.
All right, there you go. GH3 Radio. 520 Radio. Gotta Fi Radio? Gotta Fi something.
Gotta find streaming, I think.
Gotta Fi streaming. Did I always say, hold up, did I always say Gotta Fi Radio? Did I always say Gotta Fi Radio before? Was I saying that?
No, I don't think you said radio. I think you
I
just
never
said
even
Gotta
noticed.
Fi.
I've been messing up this whole time, just chilling.
Probably.
Just like whatever.
We have to go back.
All right. Where was I? The Bridge Radio. Shout out to our YouTube
Whoa.
Shout out to our YouTube subscribers. It's going to be that kind of show today,
Yes,
man.
I love those shows.
I can feel it already. Shout out to our YouTube subscribers. Shout out to Facebook, Twitch, the Unashamed Network. Shout out to our podcasters, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean. We love y'all. We love each and every one of y'all.
Wow. There's a lot of energy today, bro.
Yeah, man. I got to give a proper shout out to our people who are still rocking with us, man, for some reason. I'm still like, are we hosts? Do we call it a podcast? Hosts? Are we like, is this official? Like,
well, your name's in the title.
I mean, this kind of
that kind of gives it away.
I know, but it's like we come to a point.
Who's
now,
the host of the Marrio Esco Live,
bro,
guys?
We come to a point now where we're like, all right, let's like pull the curtain open. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real. Let's just chill with people, right? So what do you call?
Are you proposing?
What do you call
change
it now?
the name of the show?
I'm saying no. I'm saying
now,
like,
I want the camera not to go like zoom in on me real quick. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Podcast. What up? I'm your host. I'm your friend. I'm just the dude that goes live in his basement, like, with his best friend, saying what up to y'all. What up, people?
Call it the Friends.
We love y'all. Shout out to our people.
Work on the name.
Man, we love all y'all.
I think Mario's feeling some type of way that the name of the show is called Marrio Esco, but he doesn't feel like a host. What a conundrum.
Yo,
what a conundrum.
And we got a website.
And what is the name of the website?
And we got a website. Check out www.d2lproductions.com. We do actually, real talk, we got
hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe.
Because we're professional.
Right here. Boom. Right there. Look at that. We are professional. What? There it is.
Right there.
Hit subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Yo, we do have new merch coming out, and there is new music coming out too as well. So if you're listening, you're rocking with me.
There's actually some new merch.
There's new music coming out next Friday.
Real soon.
I got a track dropping next Friday. I am doing such a poor job, y'all. And we talk real here, so it is what it is.
But if you're listening and you're tuning in, you're getting the exclusive.
Yo, I am doing such a poor job with my marketing strategies and my promoting.
And we have creative tips, so please stick around to our creative tips that we don't adhere to.
Hey, man. Right now things are wild. All right. Like right now it's like, it's not as smooth as what it was, a few months ago.
The consistent listeners going to be like, the hypocrisy.
You know what I'm saying? So we still, you got to
human beings, man.
You got to reprioritize some things. You know what I'm saying? You got to like, hold on a second. Where are we going? And let's make sure that let's make sure we're ready.
Are we masked up, honey? Do we have enough masks?
Let's make sure we're ready. But yeah, we got New merch coming. We got a new song coming out next Friday. You heard it exclusively here on Marrio Esco Live.
Yo, for real. Do you want to announce the title?
Title?
To the exclusives?
Peep the screen, bro.
Bam! I didn't even see it. My bad. I was looking down here.
So to my podcasters,
Wow.
I'm sorry, but y'all don't see it right now. I have the title cover
Well,
up.
describe it.
My daughter, my beautiful daughter, man. We have her all dressed up in a beautiful white dress, sitting down in tall grass, a field of tall grass. And the song,
Such a dope
the
shot.
track is actually called Feeling Like Grass. And I don't want to get into it today because I am actually thinking of maybe doing like a sneak peek next Wednesday before Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into the
dope.
the inspiration yet. There is video coming with it as well, and it's not something that normally comes from me as an artist. If you're a fan of my music, if you've been following my music, it's really not. It's not even like I won't even talk about this like a normal way to brag and boast about this song coming out. Man, it's fire, it's heat, it's coming out.
Yeah.
It's not even one of those. It really is an emotional attachment. It really is like my soul is coming out and expressing myself on this in this song. Like a piece of me is released in this song. Real talk,
Dang.
everything. Like the lyrics, the way I delivered it, all of it inspired. So. For sure, man. I'm excited about that. That's my daughter there. I love her. Shout out to my daughter. And shout out to my wifey and my brother, Gil, for helping me out with the video and everything like that. We do have merch available, like I said, that I'm doing a poor job at promoting, but that's...
Yeah, man.
But if you can see up on the screen for my podcast, is my bad. There's a shirt up there on the screen for you to see with the logo on it, the Feeling Like Grass logo.
Fire shirt.
Yeah, it's on the shirt, and we also have available snapbacks as well with the logo on the side. So go check out d2lproductions.com if y'all want to, support. Go grab that. And matter of fact, if you do grab it, if you do purchase it, I'll get the notification with your contact info, and I'll send you the track. You buy it now. I got the track. Look, this is the thing. We're independent. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't gotta email nobody. Like here we are. Like what up? Those are the blessings of being independent, and we're trying to grow in that freedom and learn that freedom a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, do you want to give them at least why you call it Feeling Like Grass? Or you don't want to get into that?
No, I don't want to get into it. I want to save it for next Wednesday. But yeah, go check it out. d2lproductions.com. Recap real quick. Last episode 100. Yo, we are on 101 today. It's crazy. 101 today.
101.
Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. I appreciate it for real. I love y'all. Are we live? Are we live on everything, bro? Like,
what do you mean?
I haven't even checked. Like,
what do you mean?
Are we good? Are we like up on Facebook, YouTube?
Yeah, we good.
All right, cool. You share it already?
I did not share it yet.
I gotta share. My bad.
Still like.
Let me hop on. Hold up. I'm hopping on, y'all.
Hopping on now, y'all.
Okay, hold up. What's my new login since I deleted my Facebook? Recap. Last episode.
Voice out loud.
Episode 100. Surprise. Yeah, no, you don't want to go. You don't want to keep it going with that one, right?
No. Because I get carried away.
Surprise!
Hard eyes.
Yeah. Rude eyes. All right. All right. So yeah, surprise. We had Shane Cavallo in the building. Brent Tavares. It was dope having them back. For those that rocked with us from the beginning, Shane was actually rocking with us for a few episodes until he had to. He had to do his thing because he was taking his classes, becoming an elder at his church, serving more in his local body. So, but it was dope having him come through. We talked about the protests. We talked about, the outcry to defund the police, engaging the culture as Christians, loving your neighbor, versus online relationships, stuff like that. We shared some music, Miles Minnick, Pluto featuring 1K Few and William Carter. Amen. So it was super dope. You guys want to check that out? Go ahead and peep that. We're going to jump into a skit real quick.
I love it.
This is the Chief.
One of my favorite parts of the show is how you say people's names. Just so you know.
That's, I think.
It's my favorite part.
Cool.
One of my favorites, at least.
All right, so this is
he's gonna say this.
This is the Chief featuring myself, Manny Rivera, Wizz, and Gil Vargas. And the family was there too. So yeah, let's rock. This is me actually in my promoting game, promoting another album called The Chief. So yeah.
This is when he was good at it.
I'm taking note.
Good at promoting.
Hey, listen, man, I've been meaning to talk to you about something. I know I've been promoting my album, The Chief is coming out. I'm really excited about it, you know. And I know I've been taking up your news feed and everything, just talking about the album. I'm gonna lean back, man. I'm not gonna do that as much, man. I apologize if I'm annoying you. I'll do the best I can, cool. You know. I'm not gonna sweat it no more.
That's cool. I appreciate that, bro.
Right, man. Yeah, I know. You know, I've been.
It's too much a little bit, but
I know.
You do your thing. You know what I mean? You promoting. It's cool.
I apologize, bro. What up, man? What's going on, partner?
What up, bro?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? I got your coffee.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about,
And
bro.
no coffee for me? No coffee for me, right?
Yo, man, that's why you.
The Chief sit on.
Dude, we just talked. You know what, bro?
Chief sit on.
Dude, promoting his album or something, man. Like,
Yo, you guys want drinks?
I'm all set, man.
You
I'm
good?
Yeah. No battery.
Yo, Mario. Is this your grandma?
Oh yeah, that's my abuela.
That's what's up, bro. I never seen your grandmother before.
Yeah. She's actually Native American, man.
Get out of here. For real? Like legit?
Yep. Which makes my grandfather.
Chief. Everything's chief. And my mama chief too?
All right, guys. So today we're gonna be going through 1 Timothy 1:15, where Paul says, "Here is a trustworthy saying that deserves full acceptance. Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners, of who I am the chief."
You know what? I'm out of here. I'm going home.
what you got for QB? Fancy.
I picked up that car.
Derek Carr. What about you?
Man, I'm gonna go with Brady.
Brady? I'm trying to see if somebody trade me Brady now, man.
What you guys talking about over here?
Fantasy football?
Fantasy football. Oh, I'm not a football guy. But if I was, man, my team would probably.
Oh, wait. The Chiefs?
I was gonna say New England Patriots, bro. Come on, man. What's wrong with this dude? It's tripping, man.
Got him!
Oh, whatever. This dude's been talking about Chiefs all day.
November 17th.
What's November 17th? You too? Man, I'm gonna burn that album.
I'm on a booster chair, man. That's the funniest part about this whole thing, is that I'm literally on a booster chair.
Yes.
Well, it's a step.
A step stool.
No.
My mom corrected me. I'm
back
sorry.
on there.
It's a step stool. It's not a booster chair.
Okay, now sit on it without the steps.
You want to see? Here's the reality of it.
That is comedy. Yes, all you see is the perfect top of your head.
I'm saving all that.
Yo.
You. That was
bomb.
a blast, bro. That was a
bomb.
really, really good time, man.
That was a good time.
That was a good time, man. Oh, I miss that. I miss Manny. I miss everybody, man.
Doing those skits really makes you want to get into acting.
Yo.
Because you're like, if this is hilarious, imagine doing a comedy movie with like real comedians. Like, can you imagine being on the set with like Kevin Hart?
Oh, man.
Or like
see, that's where you
Dave
start.
Chappelle.
Yo, that's where you start coveting. I wrestle with that, bro. Thank you, Gil. Thank you, Gil. You're the man, dude. Thank you.
We're just talking, bro.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yo, when I first got introduced, okay, y'all gonna hear the story, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna hear the story of how I got introduced to acting. All right, like I've never actually. My bad. I'm actually SAG eligible right now. So real talk, like I'm SAG eligible. But through the process of what I did, like when it all began, right? Mm-hmm. You were with me.
Yep.
We were boys. I just did the Gospel Tracks album, and Dan Rosario hits me up. Dan Rosario is a film director, also lead homicide detective.
Yep.
In my city. who's always been a part of the community, always invested in the community. He had a program that he ran with the inner city kids, rival gang, members, and he had them, put aside their beef and work together to make a positive, it was like a music video. It was just a project to make like this extended like short film / music video thing. So and he would put leaders up. So he would say, these group of people come together. We're all going to work collaboratively together to make this amazing positive message with acting and film and, music. And we're going to actually go to the studio. We're going to record for real. We're going to, mix, master. Everybody had a job. Everybody in the team had a job, but you had to put aside your differences. And this dude was no joke. Wow. Shout out to Dan Rosario. We love you.
It's powerful.
Shout out to Dan Rosario. We love you. And this dude was like poured himself. Everything I'm talking about is true.
It's facts.
This dude poured himself into these projects, so much so to the point where he was recognized by all different types of politicians, got all different kinds of awards, went to all different kinds of places, was recognized, for the work that he put in and the actual impact that he made in the city between the rival gangs and whatnot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
that to me is someone who's really making a difference,
right?
And is saying it and actually doing it.
Yeah, So this dude, Dan Rosario, who's already involved with all these things. You know what I mean? Like he's already directing. He's a music producer. Dude's a genius. Dan Rosario is a genius. Like I don't know how he does what he does. You don't just walk into the studio to see amazing equipment. No, he built the studio you walk into. Like the wood, the lights, like he did all of it. Like he builds it's crazy. The dude, he plays the piano, writes music, writes scripts, movie scripts, short film, like amazing. Dude calls me out of nowhere. Here I am just with this album. I'm not thinking about music videos. I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking ministry. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gil, you know what it was? Like, oh, what are we going to do next? Like, oh, put this song out.
How are we going to change the world?
Yeah. Come on.
One track at a time.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We think we're going to change the world one track at a time, right? So we're doing our thing. I get the phone call. Dan Rosario. I don't talk to Dan like that, like on the regular. I don't talk to him. So I was like, oh, shoot. What up? Yo, pick up the phone. He's like, yo. And he just told me that he got hit one day. Like he was wrestling with, just his purpose. Just in that moment, he was wrestling with all kinds of things. And he immediately thought, felt the need to do a project, to do like this gospel, like a Christian film, like music video. And then so he thought of me, hit me up. He said, bro, I don't know what it is, but I'm trusting in the Lord with this. So whatever you got, you pick the song, you pick the idea, come up with a concept. Don't hold back. Whatever you think of, let's make it happen. What? No cost to you, nothing. Whatever you think of, let's make it happen. Don't hold back. Word? Hang up with him. Who do I call? My boy, immediately. Gil. Gil, you're not going to believe what just happened. What's up? Yo. Break it all down to you. You're like, yo, we got to pray about this. In God's providence, that weekend, we had to prepare the baptismal for a upcoming baptism that Sunday, right? So on our way from my house to the church, on the way, we listened to the first track, which was Spiritually Dead off of Gospel Tracks. So now, we're listening. I'm like, all right, first track. We're in the car. First track on our way to the church. You're not saying a word. You're not saying anything. And I'm like, okay, should I switch it up? Like, what's good? Like, and then I'm like, yo. And then you turn the volume down and you're, bro, for some reason, I see a police officer working a case. I said, police officer. So we started playing the track over. Boom. Wrote down the concept, bounced the ideas back and forth, sent it to Dan Rosario. Dan Rosario revised it pretty much like from top to bottom. He was like, okay, I see the concept. Now let's make it real. Like, he was like, we're not cops. We're like writing this police story, like this cop story about this cop. We don't know the terminology. You could tell we're amateurs writing this whack. The cop does this, and then
dang, bro,
man, and then
ourselves.
Yo, he's a detective.
We was writing this.
He's a DT. How you call it? DT. He's a DT. The ones that they look cool when they wear their civilian clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing.
The civilian clothes officer. That was my script. Can you imagine me?
The DDT.
Yo, the civilian closed officer.
The civilian dude that
So-
has power and authority.
He revised it, sent it back, and was like, yo, let me get the crew together. Let me email everybody. He emailed everybody, and then he set a date. And I remember the first day we stepped on set, and it was like, I never experienced something like that before. I never experienced like 20 plus people, all experts in everything that they're doing,
It's
that they're
crazy.
responsible for,
Yeah.
completely individually, like setting up things. They know exactly where things go. They turned, like, they could turn any room into whatever they want, literally. Like I've seen warehouses turn into office, to the police precinct.
Yeah.
If you look at Spiritually Dead 1, that is an abandoned warehouse. That thing turned into a police precinct with somehow an examination room and everything. It was like, what in the how'd you do that? I'm walking in like, what?
With a little bit of money.
Oh
and
my
ingenuity. You can turn
Bro,
a room into anything.
the
you
lighting,
want.
the room,
Camera
the makeup,
angles,
the
like it's
dude,
crazy.
Dude, and it's work. It's hard work. It's not some chill.
It's crazy because when you actually learn what it takes to make, those scenes, it kind of almost, I don't know if you felt the same way. It kind of took away the luster of films because then now
now you're like, yo, they sweat. They were sweating. They were complaining.
Like you already know exactly how they
like
got that shot.
2:00 in the morning. I'm like super tired. We got to do another
Not only that, but you catch things like when you watch shows. Like
you mean like Sammy? Sammy does that. She's like, oh, the boom mic. Like stuff like that.
Exactly. Like
yeah, she does that.
But that's because you're so.
It's like, oh, the boom mic.
You are watching behind the scenes. You're seeing the cameras. You're seeing all this stuff. So you look for that now. You know what I mean? So it's like
it kind of messes it up.
Yeah,
you can't fully enjoy it.
Any musician will tell you the same thing because they're artists. When they listen to a song, they can't just listen to it for what it is. They gotta listen to the beat. If the beat sounds good with the lyrics, if the lyrics are cheesy and they didn't really say enough, or it was too high or too low, that's how musicians listen to music, and it's annoying. I sometimes miss those days where I used to listen to music just
and
for
not
music.
listen to a mix.
Yeah, like dag, bro.
That kick don't thump.
Yeah, exactly.
That snare don't crack.
I gotta listen to a song like 17 times before I actually get to the song as a whole. Because all them times before that is the snare high. Nah, that bothers me. Why did they record it that way? Man, I wish the vocals on this dude was a little bit higher because it would pierce the beat better.
Bro. You can't
and
really
you're like I can't really understand what he's saying because they put the beat too high, so his voice is not sitting right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sucks, man.
Yeah, because you can't fully. You're like,
and then my wife is like, oh my God, this song is amazing, and I'm like,
actually, yo, real talk, and Sammy, you can testify to this. Real talk, we'll watch a show. We'll put on like 1 minute of a show, and based off of the how you call it, the cinematography, the way that they shoot the camera,
you know what's gonna happen.
No, not know what's gonna happen. I know whether it's gonna be a good movie or not.
Oh,
based off of the cinematography, if they do some wild transactions and they take extra time in their transitions and all that. What I say, transactions? Transitions. My bad. Wifey corrected me. Excuse me, Miss Produce. How do you call it in Spanish? Producia?
Producia.
Producia. There it is. Producia. There it is.
This episode, ladies and gentlemen.
It's that easy.
Producia. Wow.
Hold up, I gotta write it down. Producia.
Just that's how you know he's full of himself.
Producia.
Because he wrote it down.
Should I say
when I come up with him, he's like, good job,
I say
Gil.
La-Producia?
Anyway, he texts me later on.
La-Producia or I'm making it up, so I'm gonna put La.
Put whatever you want, man. It's your world.
La-Producia.
It's your Producia.
That's my Producia. La-Producia.
La hyphen. Now she's Jewish.
La hyphen.
La hyphen.
Hold up, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. I mean, this is Marrio Esco Live. What up?
What up?
What up, man?
It's Marrio Esco.
I don't know what we're doing. We're on radio too. Like, yo, what up?
We are on radio. So should we
What up,
change our voice to a little bit more?
We on radio. You are now listening to. I can switch it. You are now listening to Marrio Esco and Marrio Esco Live, where the music is hot.
Wow! While the music is hot and it is popping,
and my coffee is not. Yeah, somebody.
That is one heck of a slogan.
Eat this up.
Come where the music is hot, but the coffee's not.
Definitely want to go to that cafe. I can't wait to go there. No, but what are you saying?
Wow.
I forgot. I lost what?
I lost my train of thought too.
You were saying something dope too, man. Anyway, so when I stepped on foot on set and I spent all those hours doing what we did with all the fake guns and all the fake everything and just that whole experience of the work that it put in, building with the people behind the scenes, and it became like a family. It became like you were just working together collaboratively to make this beautiful thing at the end, and you enjoy it when you're done, like on the big screen. You sit together and you look at the work that you put in and you're like, wow. And I understood the magic behind the curtain like that as a performer, not as a consumer, as a performer. And I was like, man, it's addictive.
It is.
It's addictive. You fall in love.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, I want to experience that again. Just that rush of just coming together. And
that's something dope because it almost kind of like allows you to tap into this, like this, I don't know, like an energy of creatives. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what's the difference between you hanging out with those people and your friends? And you talk, you know what I'm saying? And you work on stuff with other rappers and other, you've done projects with other people. What was the difference from working with that and working with these people? Is because it was like they're all professionals, the top in their game, and their creativity was for that. Yeah. So they looked at whatever job. So let's say the lighting guys, they looked at their lighting the way you look at your rap. The way you look at your songs, and you're like, man, I want to create layers, and I want to, you know what I'm saying? They're looking at the light like that, like, oh, I really need to accentuate this so that way the fight scene is a little bit more clearer, and da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Or the blood on the ground needs to light up, so I got to put the light here, and there's like an art. There's a legit art to it. So being surrounded by all these experts, I can understand why it would be addicting. You are surrounded by experts in their fields that cohesively create this beautiful masterpiece. Right. That you happen to be a part of as well. Yeah. It's crazy. It is a dope feel. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Which is why I'm describing it, because I was there. It was
insane. From there, that's where we were like, all right, let me get myself a camera. Let me figure this out. That's when I got the mics. I started figuring out how to do better sound, and I started figuring out like how can I, how do we film ourselves? And we got into that. How do I write scripts? Like, how do I prepare people for it? Because then we started going to locations. We were in a gym. We were in a restaurant. We were in, we started going to different spots and asking people to use their location. We were about to go into barber shops. Like, we were about to really, like, take it. And we still could if we wanted to. But, the situation is the situation, brother.
I know. Right now, it wouldn't be lucrative.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the only thing that we'd be doing is selling masks, if anything.
Put your mask on. Yeah. Goyi. Shout out to Goyi, man. I love you, brother. On. Thanks for the opportunity to hop on the track, man. Go check out Mask On. Myself, Goyi, Brandon.
It's everywhere.
Love y'all. Yes. We're going to jump into our featured track of the day. This is Glow, Grace and Mercy. Here we go.
Stuck in the game, came up the range, living by faith for sure. Me and my gang on all the way, lifting that name up. We ain't the same, went a different way, kept my feet on the road. And I gotta thank God, even when it get hard, he never gonna depart, so he got my heart like, ooh-wee. Get on my way like, move please. I ain't got time for no goofies. Give me my salad with blue cheese. Gotta pick pick up when they call me. Left, right, left in the arm. Me, you already know where to find me. Kicking real flavor with the truth. Yeah, stepped right in it. Only rock curls, no fitteds. Everybody in the gang gotta get it. Had to take over my city. If I want it, I'ma have it. I'm a big dog, that's no kiss. Real cheddar God being led by the spirit. Gotta get to it, no time to be timid. Water gon' drip when you dipped in the river. I'd rather have Jesus than gold and silver. I remember back in them days, it was cold winters. Kerosene heat in the flow middle. Mama had me on the road with her. Yeah, hey, Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. We was at the church house sending prayers up to heaven. Roots on me run deep. Been in this thing way before I had feet. Yeah, gotta keep the tone on key. Woo, gotta keep the rhythm on beat. Woo, gotta keep the march in sync. Woo, gotta keep my eyes on Jesus. Woo, yeah, hey, gotta let my people know it's a better way. I am what I am, only by His grace. We ain't gotta rush, we gon' keep the pace. Sending up glory with the praise. Yeah, just know that the just shall live by faith. I know that one day we gon' see His face. Came up the range, living by faith for sure. Me and my gang on all the way, lifting that name up. We ain't the same, went a different way. Kept my feet on the road. And I gotta thank God, even when it get hard, He ain't never gonna depart. So He got my heart like, ooh-wee. Get on my way like, move please. I ain't got time for no goofies. Give me my salad with blue cheese. Gotta pick up when they call me. Left, right, left in the arm. Me, you already know where to find me. Kicking real flavor with the truth. Yeah, walking my face. Coming with me, gotta pick up the pace. Do what I do and I stay out the way. No days off, gotta fill up the safe. Run up the plate. Praise going up like this. Yeah. Glory all on my trust. I don't know what they doing over there, but this ain't that over here. Shake it up, take it up to another level. Got a brand new life in Christ, Devil come around here popping that mouth, but believe it's gonna be on sight, Heard you got smoke, well, we want some. A firm foundation we stand on. Me and my gang, pour out the praise, cause this is breath in our lungs. Yeah, you paid that price. Now I'm on go like a whole traffic light. Pushing that work, but you gotta pack it tight. No, I'm trapping at the church every single day and night. Ooh, for real, I've been delivered, signed the seal. Look how we living on top of the hill. Look to the hill from which cometh my help. He got in my steps. Woo, I gotta show my people it's a better way. I am what I am, only by His grace. We ain't gotta rush, we gon' keep the pace. I know that one day we gon' see His face. Came up the range, living by faith for sure. Me and my gang on all the way, lifting that name up. We ain't the same, went a different way. Kept my feet on the road. And I gotta thank God, even when it get hard, He ain't never gonna depart. So He got my heart like, ooh-wee. Get on my way like, move please. I ain't got time for no goofies. Give me my salad with blue cheese. Gotta pick up when they call me. Left, right, left in the arm. Me, you already know where to find me. Kicking real flavor with the true king. Yeah.
Fire, that was Glow.
Fire track.
Grace and Mercy. Or Mercy and Grace. Which one does it go?
What is?
Grace and Mercy. Glow. Love you, brother. Shout out to you, man.
You're always producing fire, man.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
I see more people up in here. What up?
Everybody.
We love y'all. As you come in, state your name and your purpose.
State your name and your purpose. I want to see your identification.
Let me see your identification immediately.
Yeah.
That's when I wear the black mask and I'm like ready. When I'm like, yo, it's time to gear up. It's like, yo, it's time to gear up. Let me see your identification.
Suit up.
I even have the thing. I just act like yo. What if like in the middle of all this happening, you just see this random robotic looking dude like in a all black suit, like looking like a ninja out there, just like
policing,
doing flips and no, just like some vigilante. Like imagine this births of vigilante. Let me not say that. No, let me stop.
That would be crazy.
Let me stop.
I'm not
doing that. No, it's not gonna be the Marrio Esco line that puts that out there.
That would be crazy though.
Yeah, they were talking about some UFC fighter that was dressing up like a superhero out there fighting.
I mean, superheroes. I mean, vigilantes. Yeah, vigilantes actually do exist. There's people out there who actually do dress up and like try to like arrest people, and yeah, it's crazy. There's a whole. I seen a documentary on it.
There's a community.
Yeah, there's an actual community. They actually work with the police.
Are they? Is this like the Comic-Con people, or this is like
no? These are like
one step further.
They're not Comic-Con. They dressing like somebody.
Yeah.
So
So
they're
what are you
going
telling
up
me?
dressed like Spider-Man.
What are you telling me, bro?
I'm saying there's actual community of people
Yeah.
who create
Characters?
a superhero
Yeah.
and go out there and
And
fight crime.
crime?
Legit. I'm not even lying, bro.
Yo, who would your hero be?
Who would my hero be?
What would your character? What would Gil's? Well, if you could make a Gil Vargas character, what kind of character will Gil Vargas be?
Dang, I don't know.
Will you have a fedora?
Nah.
Would you have a fedora that has a blade in the front? Like it's,
Oh, you stupid.
yeah.
So I'll be like Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat.
You like throw it. It's like a.
But because I'm
It's like your
Spanish,
Captain America
but,
shield.
But I'm Spanish, so it's not Kung Lao. It's
it comes
Kung,
back. It comes
Kung
back
Lao.
to you.
Kung Lao.
It comes back to you and stuff.
So I got the blade right there, and I'm Spanish. Like Kung Lao wins. Kung Arroz wins.
Yo, come on. All right. Okay. What would you come on? And that's what I picture.
But the thing
I
is
picture a
you were
Gambit.
close because
if I was thinking of you, I would picture a Gambit type. Look at that. Yo, you notice how he shut his mouth real quick?
No.
Right when I said Gambit, he was like,
I waited
let me
to
hear
finish.
this.
I wanted to hear what you were gonna say. I was curious. Okay, it was going in the
You
right
see?
direction.
And I knew it. I knew it.
I was like,
as
okay,
soon as
finally,
I said Gambit,
someone it says
he was ready to argue with me too. He was like, "No, listen, a Gambit." Went straight to his beard. We have this recorded. You know, your head went straight like this.
I did not even
Straight
move my
up,
hand.
straight up, straight to your beard.
We can record. We were gonna be able to go back. I
know.
did not go.
Yes, you did.
Like
brother.
Santa Claus.
Yes, you did. We could go back and we could see it.
And we're not.
As soon as I said Gambit, you were like, let's hear this. He's on to the right direction.
Somehow I took out a can of
He
pomade
mentioned
wax.
Gambit.
Took out the wax and I just started massaging.
And the reason why Gil is really okay, maybe you speak for it. Why do you like Gambit, bro?
I don't know.
Does it
man.
have anything to do with the fact that you had a pool, a table on your wall?
No. What does that have anything to do with Gambit?
Like, does it?
A pool table and Gambit? What are they? How do they
I
correlate?
don't know, man. Because I know you were a pool player. Like you like that
But
kind of
Gambit
stuff.
wasn't. He was a card player.
I know you felt like you were Gambit with the pool stick, bro. Stop. Stop. You wanted, Gil was the only one that was wishing he could get into a fight in the pool hall. So he could like spin that thing like Donatello. This dude was like, word.
Speaking of Ninja Turtles, which one was you?
Oh, wow. Oh, no, we're talking about characters, brother.
Yes, and which character were you in the Ninja Turtles?
Speaking of Ninja Turtles.
There is a history there, isn't there? Isn't there?
Yo, you wild. See,
Did you recently post a video of you working out with Ninja Turtle pants?
I can't do this with you, bro.
Legit Ninja Turtle pants.
Right,
but yes, he would. My character would definitely be a martial artist, which is close to what you were saying. You said Kung Lao.
All right, so you would
my
be.
superpower would be somewhat.
You would have a fedora.
Artist. I don't know if I'll have a fedora. I like the tacticalness, but definitely martial arts for sure. He'd be like a master of all the martial arts in the world.
He's the only dude. He's like, General, which one? He's the only one with the fedora. It's like, God. There he is.
He's the only one dumb enough to wear a fedora.
Careful.
In the desert.
Careful.
Who wears a fedora in the desert?
Careful. Yo, hit the desert. Yo,
get that fedora wearing fool.
Hold on a second. I don't see anyone. Hold on. Do you see any other color fedora than tan? Yes, there's a blue one. Oh, he came disguised.
He came disguised. Somehow. Oh, he wore a different color fedora.
He came disguised. He was prepared this time.
Get him.
They get on the radio. It's the only fedora in the whole crowd, and they overlook it because it's blue. It's the only one. They radio in, the blue fedora. All of a sudden, they all see it. There he is. Same face, everything. No mask.
What's wrong with a fedora?
No mask, no nothing.
Is it a rapper thing? Like, you guys are against fedoras?
He's like,
Biggie Smalls wore a fedora.
He's like, hold on, they're after me.
And did Tupac wear one too?
Yo, Gil, you're just like, hold on.
It's the same,
you're after me.
Same style hat.
Same everything. Yo, see? No, that's not him. He has stripes. The other one had
some goofy looking dude on it.
I love it, bro. Do we have real things to talk about? Oh my goodness.
Do
All
we
right.
ever?
All right, let's talk about real things. Lecrae, you want to get ready?
Let's talk about Chick-fil-A and Lecrae.
You want to get ready
That
into it?
rhymes somehow.
All right, so if y'all didn't hear about this, Lecrae and Louis
Giglio,
Giglio, owner of Chick-fil-A, correct?
Yup.
Sat down and had an honest conversation about racism.
Yeah. It was honest.
And about
Too honest.
Our neighbors and our hearts and so on and so forth. Anyway, there was a part of this interview that stirred up a lot of people. And
let's just say rub people the wrong way.
Why don't we just play the clip, man? We're going to play Louis Giglio speaking about slavery.
The other side of it is true with our nation's history. We understand the curse that was slavery, white people do, and we say that was bad, but we miss the blessing of slavery, that it actually built up the framework for the world that white people live in and lived in. And so a lot of people call this white privilege, and when you say those two words, it just is like a fuse goes off for a lot of white people because they don't want somebody telling them to check their privilege. And so I know that you and I both have struggled in these days with, hey, if the phrase is the trip up, let's get over the phrase and let's get down to the heart.
Sure.
Let's get down to what then do you want to call it? And I think maybe a great thing for me is to call it white blessing. That I'm living in the blessing of the curse that happened generationally that allowed me to grow up in Atlanta. And, you know, you're talking about being...
All right, cool.
Yeah. You know what, man? A lot of people coming at Lecrae, and I know what happened. I'm going to give it to y'all. I know he put out his little statement, and I think he should have just been honest. And it's one of those situations where you with your brothers, you know, your Christian brothers, and they like, yo, man, I feel like you already know, oh, he's about to say something deep. So you kind of will let yourself get prepared, and you're like, woo, he's about to say something crazy. He's like, man, and I just feel like God. And you're like, oh, God, he's taking it. He is taking it. And then it goes on, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. He's saying some things I didn't think he was gonna say, but now you're in too deep. You already said amen a few times. You already nodded your head a bunch of times. You probably lifted your hand up and like closed your eyes a little bit in agreement. So what, you know, you're just gonna continue to do it.
Well,
and then you realize after the process is like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what just happened. How am I gonna get out of this situation now? How am I going to proceed carefully? I don't know what I'm going to do right now.
Okay, wait.
Not that I'm defending. I'm just saying I can understand. Like,
hold on. Let's process this though. White blessing.
Yeah. First,
can we process this?
Yeah. That.
So, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down.
Crazy.
So he said, we look at the curses of slavery.
Yeah, he said we automatically know about the curse.
But we don't look to the blessing
of
slavery, which built the foundation of this nation that...
he said the framework to where
the white...
now,
and he identified
basically
as white, right?
Yep.
Where white people can live.
Yes.
And it's... did he call it white blessing? Am I tripping?
Yes, bro.
You see the problem with this? You see you see the problem when you start going in this direction, man? Like, wow, man.
And
white blessing.
They're Christians up there, man.
Jeez, bro. Is there a white blessing? Is that biblical? Is there a white blessing?
There is no colors.
Is there a
blessing?
cultural blessing? Like,
we ain't talking about Skittles.
I've never heard of no white blessing. I never heard of no...
When we talk about blessings, there's no Skittles. There's not like, that red blessing.
Immediately for me.
Tastes delicious.
Okay. We bounced from church to church to church for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we actually gave in to a lot of heretical ideas.
Yeah.
Because we weren't as educated enough and we didn't know our word well enough. We entrusted certain people who were teachers over us to direct us in the right way.
Yep.
Until we were confronted, because God's truth is available.
Yeah.
And when you're confronted with a whole different type of ideology or a whole different type of theology that completely opposes the one that you're embracing, you have no choice but to sit back and to say, one of these perspectives is wrong.
Facts.
One of these has to be wrong, because there's no way that you can use this very same Bible, very same version, and have two completely opposing ideas. Literally. And so you got to wrestle through all this stuff to figure out what the truth is.
Mm.
And as you wrestle through the wrestle is not, the wrestle really ain't finding the answer. The wrestle really is seeing the answer that's in front of you, but you gotta go through your idols and your strongholds. That's the wrestle. The wrestle is not looking for the answer in the Bible. The answer in the Bible is in front of your face. It's right there. Bam. There it is. Read it. Do not be anxious. What is the answer? I'm anxious. Like some of us are just literally is that simple sometimes. I'm not going over I don't know Greek. I don't know. You come on this show like, who is this guy? He thinks he's a teacher? No, I know the Bible says do not be anxious. Can somebody help me out? Can somebody help me out? Do I need Greek? What does this mean? Give me a map. Huh? Give me the stars. What does this mean? Gotta calculate the weather and the
Mario,
seasons.
you have to understand the Bible is written in Greek and Aramaic.
I need scientific equations and formulas to figure out what does it mean to not be anxious. Where is the answer? It's right in front of our faces.
Yeah, man.
Right in front of our faces. So it's not the wrestle.
Among
is not
other things.
It's not the wrestle is not. The wrestle is not finding the answers. The wrestle is wrestling with ourselves to accept the answers that are right in front of our face.
Truth. Sadly,
You know
we're
what I mean?
living in a day and age where even truth is being attacked.
Well, bro, going back, why did I bring that up? I think it was a dope thing to bring up. But why did I bring that up, man? Like, what was the point of that?
We were talking about Lecrae.
Okay. White blessing.
Yeah, white blessing.
Why even dabble with a new type of word?
Facts.
Why even dabble?
Why even talk about
why
the
even
colors?
do that?
Period.
You know what I'm
Why
saying?
are we even having a conversation about
and
race?
as a Christian man, why are you dabbling with stuff that's like, yo, dude, like, I get the sympathy. I get the desire to understand. I get maybe the desire to use a platform. Real talk, I've been wrestling with that personally. Like, this is the most unorthodox show that's out there. It'll probably be popular when I'm dead, long and gone. It'll be like a theological study. Like, do you remember this young man who's wrestled with identity and culture? And his name was Marrio Esco. He wanted to be a rapper and never was.
Never made it.
He was always
one good
the
track.
disgruntled
It was
rapper that
actually
never
quite
made
sad.
it. He and Goyi, I don't know if the timing is wrong, but now I'm seeing facts.
I want to know, as you're saying this, and you're saying you're giving
I don't know if the timing is off, but
you're giving
Goyi's
your
like,
dialogue.
facts. Like,
Yo.
dude, that's not the time. That's not how you support me, brother. You don't be like, when I'm down in myself, you don't be the yo, facts. What? Like, dude.
Yo, when you die, this is gonna be
this
popping.
ain't the time.
Facts.
Yo, that's the worst part. Like, if you have like a bunch of like people who are just like support anything you do, they're like, no, man, like, no. I wanted
And
you
that
to talk
right
me out of
there
it.
was Lecrae's biggest sin. He was
dude.
so into the conversation and it
Oh.
was like expecting this magical words, and the homeboy the whole time was talking about how great it is to be white based on your ancestors' slavery.
Yo, forgive me. Woo! Forgive me if I'm wrong, but was
That's a tough pill.
anything in that whole thing, like brought up Christ's gospel? Anything?
No,
Did you hear the whole
Not
thing?
at all.
Did you hear the whole thing though?
I didn't
Like,
hear
be
the
for
whole.
real.
I'm talking about that segment.
No,
I didn't hear the whole entire thing.
So we can't say whether or not the conversation could. There's more to the story. We know that homeboy said an apology. What did he say?
Yes, the pastor did. Not the pastor. The owner of Chick-fil-A did.
Is he a pastor?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He did issue an apology for what he said and how it was said, and that he didn't really truly understand what he was saying. Obviously, which alludes to him repeatedly over and over saying that he needs to learn more. So that's just basically saying, look, I was ignorant. I said things without really realizing it, and I apologize. The only thing is that he kind of assumed like people accepted the apology automatically. He's like, thank you for allowing me to apologize, and he was like, well, there wasn't really an open top for you to apologize. Like, there was nobody asking you to apologize. That was a good thing, but the way he worded it was like, they're accepting this is what I needed to do, and now we can move on. Like, no, bro, this is going to be a lot of conversations before you move on from this one. That was a very big statement. And it's not going to go away with one video apology.
The thing is this. If you're a owner of a food chain restaurant, why are you discussing
facts?
Is he like a podcaster?
Yo, that whole entire video.
No, I'm trying to figure out, does he have a position where he speaks? Like, does he have a show?
If he does, I had never heard of it. That's the first time I heard his name in the midst of like.
That's a worse way to introduce him. Like,
for real.
As a speaker.
That whole entire interview with Lecrae, no disrespect to either one, but in regards to the situation that we're in today, it reminded me of the Chappelle skit where stand up where he was talking about how it was crazy that when 9/11 happened, they wanted to get Ja Rule on the line to see his thoughts on it. Yeah. It was like, why do we need the opinion of Ja Rule? Same thing in this. Like again, what? No disrespect to either one of them, but in a situation like this where we're talking about, racism and how it relates to the church. And that's what they were talking about, church and racism. Why were there no pastors up there?
Well, I thought there was another guy up there with them.
Okay, well, even if there was a pastor.
Dan Cathy. I don't know if he was a pastor.
Even if there was a pastor, why do they got the owner of Chick-fil-A and Lecrae? That part confused me because unless they're like heavy activists,
I don't know if Lecrae,
then I would get it, but
I don't know if Lecrae is on like some kind of tour run right now because he was on the show with T.I. recently too.
Yeah, that whole thing just confused me.
So you know what it might be? It might be that he's like on a run. I don't know if he's on a. I know he's leaving.
He's on the run. He's on the run now.
Didn't he leave Reach Records recently?
No, he didn't leave Reach. He left the big conglomerate.
Oh, so he went independent.
Yeah.
So maybe he's on a run because he's.
Was it Columbia?
I don't know.
Yeah, he left Columbia.
Maybe he's on a run because he's like, promoting something. Usually when they're doing like, if I see Lecrae over here and I see Lecrae over here, it's the same, just like the world, how they do. Like usually you're doing a tour. You're selling something. You're releasing a book.
Yeah.
Something. So this could be a situation where it was just an opportunity to maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just coming up with stuff on the fly, but when I'm just trying to understand why did.
The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm pretty sure.
Do we want to hear from
there
him?
is some well-informed Christian, experts in the Black Lives Matter movement, in race, in the black culture, and what's going on in the law. I'm pretty sure that there's, better well-informed people than the owner of Chick-fil-A and Lecrae. And I'm just saying, because they're experts in everything. We were just talking about how awesome it is to have experts all around working collaboratively. How awesome would it have been to see a collective of experts that are Christian and hear a Christian perspective, but also a very well-informed and studied perspective. And we can talk about possibly moving forward.
Yeah.
What was moved forward?
All right,
the biggest thing about that whole entire interview was that what he said about white,
and then people came at Lecrae because Lecrae pretty much
he didn't like correct him.
Did we play what
him.
Lecrae's response was?
Yeah, let's play it.
Did we play it?
No, you didn't.
All right, let's play what Lecrae said.
What's up, y'all? All right, so let's talk about it. By now, everybody's seen the video with myself and Lou Giglio, and you wondering what the heck is going on. Well, first of all, let me just say this. Thank y'all. Like, sincerely thank y'all for y'all just acknowledging the pain and the frustration that y'all had with everything that you've seen. I know this is it's rough, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about 345 years, 400 years of chattel slavery, and then 89 years of Jim Crow, and we're battling still in 2020. And so I appreciate y'all acknowledging the pain and the frustration that you had with what was said. it's helped me process a lot as well. First of all, I want you to know I wasn't okay with it. Even as I sat there, I was very uncomfortable, and I was processing on like, man, what do I say in light of this? There's been a lot of times where, as I've navigated white supremacy or racial injustice, where I've just been trying to figure out, where I wanted to lash out, honestly, in anger. And there's other moments where I've been like, all right, God, give me the grace and the wisdom on how to deal with this. And in that moment, I was processing like, man, what do I do? I ended up having a conversation with him subsequently, right after we talked. And then I talked to him again last night and let him know my views and my perspectives. And obviously I wasn't okay with it. And we can't just be virtue signaling and doing this because it's the end thing to do, to talk about race on platforms. And I didn't have any ulterior motives other than to, help and articulate, some of what's going on in our world and in our culture. So I just want to thank y'all, especially.
All right, cool. So there you go. He's saying pretty much that he was put on the spot, felt the pressure, kind of froze up in his emotions, and had a conversation with him after the fact. Some people, I didn't hear all the way through, but I heard like bits and pieces of Lecrae kind of unfolding, his struggles, things that he's dealt with personally, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You can hear the sincerity, like I get it, but it's not so people are saying this, show grace, right? People are saying, yo, show grace, you don't know what it's like to be in the hot seat. And it's funny, one thing that I noticed too with that is that we like to pick and choose who we show grace to.
Facts. Because
some people, I see the whole community, and when I say the whole community, I say CHH, Christian hip hop. I see a lot of people like pounce on certain people like piranhas. If the influencers, the ones with most numbers, like let's make it easy. Yeah. The ones with the most numbers, like I hate politics, bro, so bad. It crawls under my skin so bad. It's like, we know what it is. Like, okay, the ones with the most numbers, you guys, when they pounce on somebody that they have a disagreement with, the one with the most numbers and all their followers pounce, and for the most part, stand firm together, collectively. But then when it's one of their own, then it's like, and then they use that same influence to be like, show grace. Show grace. Like, dude, at one point you're about to square up with somebody, the next point you're saying show grace. Like, what are you trying to do here? Like, we pick and choosing who we show grace to like it's mass silly. I look in the camera, silly. I can't stand it. It irks me so bad.
You said it to the camera, but since you put the camera out, so everybody just saw you say it with no volume.
I know.
So I can't wait to rewind that part and see you go like this.
That's a sincere part. That's real. That is.
It's gonna be great though, and it was the fact that you were serious, weird. And it is a serious thing.
But the one with the most numbers, who then all of a sudden now switch up, and then now they want to show grace. It's like, come on, man. We can't pick and choose where we going. We can't, like, what are we doing? Like, what? And then everything that's going on, it's like, again, like even Chappelle, bro, even Dave Chappelle can understand that on a very logical level. I'm not saying like, there are some very smart people that are rappers. Like, there are some very well-informed and intelligent athletes. There are people who are actually activists, real activists. And we see that, obviously. We see activists, we see the influences that certain people have and the work that they put in. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't automatically give people the, what am I looking for? Not the experience, but that doesn't automatically give people the qualification for certain things. And it don't mean that you can't. I'm not qualified. I'm definitely not qualified. Like, this is my podcast. What up?
For a lot of things.
I press record.
He ain't even qualified for that.
There you go. Like, there's the answer. Like, why does Marrio have a podcast? He ain't qualified because I produce myself. There you go. If you produce yourself, you can have your own studio. You can produce your own albums. You can believe in yourself. Yeah.
People could be like, you are the worst rapper in the world, but you can still put out music.
I'll tell you 100%. I didn't go to school for no broadcast. I'm not trying to pronounce my words all right and have all these documents in front of me. I'm not trying to do none of that. You know what I mean? So in light of that, yeah, we have fun. We bug out. We're just talking. Like I'm okay to get corrected. I do get corrected. People hit me up.
Yeah, we're no experts.
Blah blah blah. Like
we're no experts.
What? Yeah, I humble myself. I'm learning. This whole thing is learning. But if I was ever put in a position where somebody said, "Yo," and I have been, Sammy, you up? I have been, Sammy, my wife, in the background. Ready? When we were at the gym that one time, and the kid came up to me, the youth pastor came up to me in the gym, recognized who I was. Sammy, my wife, testify. And he said, "Hey, can you speak at my youth event at my church?" What was my answer? I didn't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable as a speaker. Like, I'm an artist. Like I told them, if you want me to go up there and tell you about like how to record and how to do that, I'll do that. But as
so what do you want to do? Like a motivational speaker?
Yeah, like
type thing?
I think like for the youth, like some sort of sermon type teaching or something. I don't know. And at the moment, I just felt in that moment, I felt like it's not right for me to. I'm not going to take that. Like, I know I'm an artist. Like, you want me to perform, I'll perform. You want me to tell you about this, that, the other, but I'm not. I know what the expectation is. Oh, you're a rapper with a mic and, you're a Christian, you're automatically a preacher, or you're automatically, in some ways, we are preachers. Amen. Okay, I accept that. In some ways, we are preachers. My pastor would probably tell me, you should have been ready. my pastor might rebuke me and say, you should have been ready to preach. Like, what are you going to do? You should be ready to preach. Facts. And I'll wrestle with that. I take that. That's what the show is about. Whatever. I'll take that. I'll grow with that. I'll learn with that. I'll wrestle with that. I'll pray about that. But in that moment, I had to be honest.
Here.
In that moment, I had to be honest. Sometimes you just got to be honest. I ain't in the right state of mind. I know where my walk is right now. I'm trying to figure out some things. We had the freedom to do the podcast. We're chilling with the podcast because we're just chilling and building with people like on our own. But are you qualified, Gil? Like, can you speak on the matters that we talk about for real? Like, are you qualified to talk about political matters?
But that's the thing is that I don't think you need to be qualified. I think as long as you are an intelligent human being and you can, study up on whatever you want to talk about or whatever you want to, get into, you can have a dialogue. You can be wrong. You can be right. The issue today is that if you oppose someone else, then you're dead wrong. No possibility of growth, not looking at other people's views. You're just dead wrong because you don't agree with me.
But we're talking about specifically being in a position to have that conversation in a public platform.
Yeah.
So like, in that case,
you're saying you don't have the ability? Because I disagree. I think you do have the ability.
It's not about ability. It's about what's the motive behind it. Like, why we got to get in front of cameras to go up here to talk about a hot topic? Like, why?
Well, it depends on what the what you're going to go to talk about.
I feel like a lot of this stuff is us chasing whatever's popping, bro, and it makes it feel like everything's disingenuous. Because pretty soon trends die out or motive dies out or, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, dude, it's like, if you study the wave, you know where it's going. Mm-hmm. And it gets tiresome to be like, to watch everybody hop collectively. It's kind of scary, right? Everybody, like to watch the public all attach to whatever it is trending in that moment, and then watch every platform also attach itself to that, and everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's using the same headlines. Everybody's using the same meta tags. Everybody's using the same strategies. Everybody across the board is now tackling the same hot topic. Then 2 weeks from now, it's another hot topic. Everybody across the board just jumps to the hot topic. Some people want to stay on that topic because it benefits them in that moment. Some people just want to hold on to it. In this case, with racism and social injustice, which is something that should be stood against. It should be something that's stood against. That's facts. Mm-hmm. That's definitely facts. But then at the same time, you can see certain people that are following the wave of emotion and energy, and all of a sudden they're genuine about it, and they see like people waking up and they're joining it, like, yo, finally wake up, and all of a sudden it sways to a different direction, and it's like, wait, hold on a second, like I'm still fighting this fight. What happened?
Yeah.
We using a different hashtag this week. You didn't hear? It's just like, what? What just happened?
Yeah, it's upsetting because you're seeing something that's supposed to be about something pure and something that is genuine, and quickly becomes something destructive, and then you have to question the whole entire thing. You know what I'm saying? You're being forced to question everything. And this happens with everything. So everything that I'm saying right now, I'm not attacking one thing. I'm going to make that clear. I'm not attacking one thing over another. I'm not siding with one thing over another, because it has happened throughout history in every powerful entity. From Christianity to politics to world leaders, kings, it happens all the time. So you have all these things that are happening right now with the racism, and they're rallying and all these things. It gets quickly changed because now you're dealing with sin. That ultimately you're dealing with sin. So you're going out into the streets, they're protesting, they're doing all these things, but in those uncontrolled environments, because I'm sorry, no matter what anyone says, you can't fully control that many people. So one part of it is pure, and then you got the people who want to now bring in crime, who want to distort the message by putting offensive remarks on walls and spray paint and cause damage to property, to fighting, to violence, to all these different things. It just spirals. And it started pure, but then it starts to kind of lose its momentum because it's not controlled. And that is the part that's the most confusing to me, especially because this rant is for my brothers and sisters, my Christian brothers and sisters. We serve a God of order. We serve a God that is controlled. There is no chaos. We don't serve a God of chaos. Everything that happens is for a reason. Everything that happens has to be in a certain order, because that is God. He's perfect. So I believe, in my humble opinion as a believer, that we should be fighting with our knees. We should be praying. We should be, if we are going to be actively become activists in that form, we can infiltrate these places. I've been to plenty of police precincts where they will open the door for you. You can go and view the jail cells.
So what do you say?
You can talk to
What do you say
people.
to the people who say, yo, we can't pray this away? I got hit with that.
You can't pray this away?
Can't pray this away.
What God you serve?
Yeah, class.
We serve a God who split an ocean, but he can't handle some political issues.
You can't pray this away.
You can't pray this away. Stop it. First of all, there is never going to be a cure for what it is that they're fighting for. There is no cure. I'm sorry, because ultimately, as believers, we know this. We're dealing with sin. Can you protest sin? At the heart of this issue,
Christianity
we're dealing with sinful nature.
Isn't Christianity a protest of sin?
Basically, yes. That's what I'm saying. So instead of protesting, at least this is my humble opinion, instead of protesting, why aren't we not out there preaching the gospel? You know what I'm saying? We should be out there rallying.
This is dangerous grounds, because they say, yo, you're part of the problem right now.
Well, then, if giving the gospel is a problem,
that's not the time.
If giving the gospel is a problem,
that's not the time to give the gospel. The argument is it's a hurting people. Like, that's not the time to get the gospel.
Yes, let's go pray with them.
Go.
Yes, let's mourn with them. Mourn with those who mourn. Doesn't say go yell with the ones who mourn. It doesn't say, go get some signs.
So when you say let's go preach the gospel, do you mean like you're going to protest and you're yelling the gospel to a bunch of protesters?
I mean, if that's where there's a lot of people, then hey, that's just awesome place to start. I'm just saying there's other things that we could do. You know what I'm saying? That and maybe I'm just naive when it comes to politics. But when I see people yelling outside, I feel like where the moves are actually happening is in the courthouses, in the votings, in the precincts, and things like that, where you actually meet with these people and talk about these things. But I don't know, like I said, call me naive. I don't understand yelling outside to bring awareness to something. Okay, fine. Everybody in your block knows that you support this thing. How does that translate to change in the society as a whole?
Because then
the police officers that are racist are still going to be racist. That's not going to change their point of view. The racist cops are not going to be like, oh shoot.
Oh well. Okay.
All I needed was that sign right there.
Since they started,
they're still going to be racist.
Since they started doing this, they already started doing the Trump sign for the police reform.
Mm-hmm.
Justice.
Couldn't
with
police
Justice
reform
Act.
be
So
just
that's
as
part more training,
as effective going to the police and signing a petition by the entire community?
But some would say some would say
that?
some would say everything that's going on right now is forcing them to acknowledge that because of the outcry, because of all the things that are happening.
I understand that, but at what cost? Because we're looking at these areas, for an example, like Seattle, where people are getting arrested, raped, all types of crimes are happening, and they're not being protected. And this started as a protest, and look how it escalated. So now people are getting hurt with no safety. And that's what I'm saying. There's no control, and there's no way to fully control it. Those protests that has happened that were peaceful, thank God, but they couldn't promise that. It could have went wild at any moment in time. Thank God that it was peaceful.
Let me ask you something.
But there's always a chance because you are putting a whole bunch of people in one place. You know what I'm saying? You're giving an opportunity for opposition to come and speak their piece, and those that are protesting to speak their piece, and they're just going to go at each other and yell. All I've seen is videos of people yelling at each other.
Let me ask you something. You become a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Lord saves you. You hear the gospel. You become a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first step you take?
After I become a Christian?
Yeah, you heard the gospel. Man, you get baptized.
Yeah.
After you get baptized, what is your purpose after that?
Preach the gospel. Or at least share the news with as many people as you can, because that's what God has called us to do.
And what else?
Make disciples of nations.
Okay, what else?
Serve the community. Serve your local body. If you have wife and kids,
I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's I think it's an ongoing wrestling of conforming to the image of his son, dude. Man, oh my goodness. Over 10 years being Christian, brother. The Lord saved me, 23, 24, around there. I don't know exactly. I know it was like an overnight experience. I just can't remember because that time was a blur.
Yeah.
But around there, 24. And then here I am, years later, over 10 years, Christian. Going through all those things, bro. And now, at my age now, opening up the Bible and reading what I was reading before, like years, my first walk. And I'm reading the text with a whole different perspective as a father, as a husband, as somebody who's doing this show, doing music, you know what I mean? Like everything that we did, wrestling with all kinds of things, man. Theology, different types of theology, different types of churches, different types of backgrounds, people we associated with. Like just looking at the whole thing and realizing that, all this for real is a conforming to the image of his son. Literally, I wish that I didn't. This is how crazy it is. Ready? I feel like after saying this, I don't have to podcast anymore. Like I really feel that I've come to the point, and you'll never come to the point. There's more to learn, but that very thing, conforming to the image of his son, will always be the thing that I'm always gonna come back to and say, "Oh my goodness!" Every time. 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60, 70, 80. If God permits me to live at 90, I have a very, very confident feeling that I am always going to go back to conform to the image of his son, even as a 90-year-old man. and say, this was all it. Like literally, we can end this podcast. No more talking. Like that's it. That's why we joke around and have fun, because we also want to just bug out. Because literally, like, that's the answer. You have to wrestle your entire life with conforming into his image. That's all it is. Everything else, you know how they say, like, yo, all this stuff is like the Matrix. Oh, it's just a test. Oh, it's an illusion. Oh, you know, in a way, and I'm not trying to get crazy. In a way, you're kind of right. It's all temporary. You're right. In a way, you almost on the right. This is all temporary, fading stuff. It's the Matrix. It's whatever. It's illusion. It's not. It's in a way, yes. It's temporary. It's fading. You're right. It's fading because this is not it. This ain't it. This ain't what stays. There's something that comes after. This ain't it. So yeah, you're kind of right. So if you get deep with getting closer to God, bro, you become super disconnected to all the cares of this world. You become so disconnected from agendas and all these motives and thou shalt do this and thou shalt do not, and all these people trying to bind you to their legalistic ways. There's still symbolically the Jewish tribe, if you will, or this Jewish mentality of, yeah, you have to believe in Christ, but do this first. Oh, you want to go to the kingdom of heaven and believe in Christ? You want to be known as a Christian? First, you have to fight my battle. Then you can be known as a Christian. First, you have to stand with me over here. Then you can be known as a Christian. First, you have to, whatever my preference is, then you can be known as a Christian. Still people out here trying to bind us up.
Yep.
Still people out here trying to bind us up. You free in Christ, man. You are free to any type of bondage. Nobody plays God to tell you that you are bound to any kind of anything. You're free.
Amen.
Be free. Laugh. Enjoy. Yo, I told wifey the other day, I was laying with my little ones, tucking them in the bed. I had one tucked in real close. I had the other one on the outside, just kind of like rubbing her head, making sure they go to sleep. And I was thinking, man, in the past, in this moment, I'll be thinking, I gotta go edit. Go to bed, hurry up, I gotta go edit. Oh, come on, go to sleep. And I'm like, in this moment, I'm thinking, I don't want to edit. I just want to be right here with my two little ones.
Amen.
You know? I don't know. I got into a real, yeah.
I thought I was gonna rant.
And then to make matters a little light, then T.I. interviews Lecrae as well.
Yeah.
Why don't we listen to this as well?
That's right. My mama grew up in the church, the typical black church that was very legalistic and don't wear no pants, no lipstick. So she did not want me a part of organized religion. And even to this day, I don't really subscribe to organized religion. That's a whole nother conversation.
I don't either.
Well,
now we can talk about that.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. I'm a firm believer. God is real, religion is fake. Hey, what's going on, man? This is Expeditiously. I am Till.
We're probably gonna get, man. I should have
and
planned
we're
ahead
here
because we're probably gonna get hit with something for that now.
Why?
Definitely on YouTube or something.
Engage in
No, because we're commenting on
push
it.
the culture and the community.
Okay, we're commenting.
Yeah.
So if you comment on it, we're
yes,
good.
as a young man
All right.
who has, I mean,
So this is T.I.
he just has had an incredible journey that includes 2 Grammys, a history making #1 album.
This is T.I. talking.
T.I. be saying some stuff that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like that just right there. I believe in God, but religion is a lie.
Made it so wordy.
I wish I could just pause. I got to figure that out. But
he most recently headlined
I don't drink
the
water, but I
Destination
drink
Tour.
so he's introducing Lecrae right now. I can't fast forward this thing. So Lecrae is with T.I. and his new, what's the name of his thing? Expeditious, whatever.
Expeditiously.
Yeah, and he's introducing, going down his long list of accomplishments.
Cypher freestyles that, any of us.
Which is weird.
And he's reading it as if he's a fan of Lecrae, but he's like,
I can go on and on just by, listening to his accolades, but I just say, man, the one who made Christian hip hop popular. Not Kanye, okay? Not Kanye. This is Lecrae. What's going on, bro? Man, thank you so much, man, for joining us here, man.
You have to make sure you
like, not yet.
I had to do it. Absolutely. I mean, now, you have gone on record saying you don't want to be labeled as a Christian rapper.
We go with this.
You want to be a rapper?
Here we go with this one.
I'm tired of this question.
Okay, could you explain a little bit about that? What does that mean? Exactly?
I feel like this.
He's so
you
tired
gotta
of
think
this.
about my rise and my come up. You coming up listening to hip hop music. I'm not a church kid, so I didn't grow up in the church. I'm a hip hop kid.
Gotcha.
You grow up in your perspective of Christian or gospel rap is it's lame. It's gonna be corny. First of all, our community don't really trust the church, so it's a lot of stuff.
Oh, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trust is earned,
and there's lots of.
That's
reasons
true.
to
I've
not
experienced that
trust.
myself.
So,
Giving the gospel to
I'm coming
somebody.
from all of this stuff, and I'm coming from a different vantage point. And I think what it was I didn't want. I'm talking about real life on my records. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted people to hear them for what they was, and when they started listening to it, they said, "Man, before they listened to it, I don't want to hear this gospel rap, bro. What we gonna do with this?" So I was like, "Well, take me out your box." Because Scarface made some gospel rap songs.
This is real.
Tupac
So did
made some.
Tupac,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I see what he's saying.
UGK too.
He's saying they crossed the line. Let me.
But he said before they even heard it, they said, "What am I gonna do with this?"
Means
it probably didn't sound that good.
Okay.
Now, if you have a preconceived idea of what my music is gonna sound,
Scarface
like,
put it out and everybody heard it and everybody liked it.
Music is music.
You just compared two people who's done it.
Yo, I can't stop this if we watch. So let him talk.
I may talk about
girls.
Yeah, mine.
Wait, what?
You married?
Yo, Craig, you got that one, brother. You got that one.
What did he say? I missed it.
So we've been.
He said, "Yo, T.I. was like, you can talk about girls." And Craig was like, "Mine."
That's when the real work get to going.
Yo, he was like, "I'm not dropping the ball on that one." Yo, Craig, that's foul, bro. You make sure you don't drop on the ball with wifey, right? Like,
yeah, but you don't know anything else.
Yo, you made what wifey is like.
You could have used the same one, like, I was processing. See, I was trying to process.
You saw how bold that answer was? He was like,
mine.
Yo, and the thing is, he was ready for that answer. He was like, boom, like some switch went on in his head automatically.
He did not pass.
He's like, how about girls?
But I'd like to call white privilege white blessings.
And he, don't do it.
Yes.
I was
processing that. I'm processing that. I'm processing. Hold on.
Yo, it's good. It's
but we
good
gonna talk about them girls. Now, no girls around here. We talk about my wife, baby. Just saying, putting that out and putting this right here in pause. I'm gonna stop this interview right now, and I'm gonna tell you, we talk about my wife because
Oh, that is so
I'm married.
Dope. That is so dope.
I'm married.
No, that's not dope. That's not dope. We could get in trouble, man. Anybody who actually listens to the show is gonna be like, "Oh, they are cracking."
I'm just saying that's just two very different situations.
Yo, praise God.
Situations.
Yo, praise God. Like we ain't popping, because then they'll take the clips and like be like, "Yo,
hey, that's cool, man."
But
you know that's a fact.
What Gil said?
I don't care because if Lecrae was here right now, I would say the same thing.
Yo.
You better fix it quick.
Yo, he goes, he tucks the cross and puts the ring on.
All these people that are talking about him right now saying, "Oh, he didn't answer quick. He didn't correct them." Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. Those are things he could read and he could just go like this. Clip. But when he say something or miss something about wifey, you coming home.
There is no closing the laptop to
you
that.
are going home to that, bruh.
You better make sure.
So he was like, beep. Hey, wait a minute. Whoop. Stop the show. Hey,
no, it was all Gil Vargas.
I know you famous.
It was all Gil Vargas.
But I got a wife. Bam. There it is.
Yup. He was almost ready to walk out. He's like, interview over.
Interview's over, bro. You ain't messing with my wife.
Interview over.
I rebuke you, demon.
No, you have no idea.
I know your name, demon. His name is T.I. And I rebuke you. You are not getting into this marriage. Nope.
You are not no expeditious anything. Let me tell you. What is it? Expeditiously?
Expeditiously.
Whatever it is. Oh, what does that mean?
But the T.I. is highlighted in expeditiously. It's pretty clever. I'll give him to him, but
what is it?
Expeditiously? Isn't that like fast? I don't know. I hear the word expedite in there, so I think automatically that.
Wow,
but that
good.
could be
Well,
dumb as hell, and that's just not the
No,
word
man. You
at
sound
all.
like you're very smart with that one. I mean, President Trump just go, everything's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be good.
Facts.
Oh, we got the best. We got the finest.
Yeah, I just used the Trump right there.
Everything's good. Everything will be all right.
When in doubt,
I
just
wonder
say you're the bomb.
if that what he does with wifey. I'm gonna try that with wifey. Everything's like, she's gonna be like, yo, the dishes ain't done. Everything's gonna be all right. I got the best dishwashers. Trust me, top notch. Everything's gonna be all right. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the cleanest dishes you've ever seen in your life. Trust me.
How you just describe every gift every time they get mad at you?
It's gonna shine. It's gonna sparkle.
Like you forgot the trash. Oh my God, your birthday gift is gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Trust me.
I got the best.
I'm gonna throw so much trash
country.
in that dumpster. Trust me, it's gonna be a mountain. Trust me. Huge.
I got the best minds in the country.
I got the best minds
coming up with the best
for
gift
the dumpster
for you this year. It's gonna be huge.
And he probably does too. He probably has fashion. Oh well, his wife is a model, right? Like,
oh, of course, of course.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge.
Does it ever come?
I bet you he gets out of every argument that way.
Yo, I don't know how that conversation happens.
Every time they even catch him in a lie, he slaps on another lie by saying the next lie is going to be huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I mean, he does some good things. But it's hilarious when he does get caught, how he just.
I wonder how he writes a
maneuvers.
letter of recommendation. Fantastic, great. He's fantastic, awesome.
Yep,
great.
That's
gonna be huge.
The whole
the best. It's gonna be the number one. Gonna be the number one employee you ever had. Trust me.
I recommend.
Trust me.
John.
It's gonna be great.
Whatever.
That's how you write. Like
because he's great, fantastic,
dude.
He's magnificent.
Can you make sales like that?
He
Like,
is,
can you? Hey, buy this. Why? It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. Trust me. The best thing you've ever bought. Trust me.
It's the best
Buy
in the
it.
industry.
What is it? Oh, you'll find out. Trust me. You'll find out. What am I buying?
That is I got the answer.
Figure
the
it
reason why Trump be lying all the time is because he is the best salesman in the world. And that's the salesman's job.
Yeah.
The salesman's job is to make you feel like you getting the best thing ever. But in reality, it's probably all right.
It's all right. It's all right. It's going to be huge.
Or it could be good.
It's always
You
going
don't
to
know.
be huge. It's going to be big.
But no matter what happens, no matter if he falls, it'd be like, oh, you broke your leg, Mr. Trump, falling down the stairs. No, the thing is, I got the best minds in the future. My leg's going to be better than any leg on the planet.
Yo, it's the same
I'm telling you
script,
right
no
now.
matter
But like, no,
what.
it's broken right now. No, I know I just broke it right now, but it's going to be huge from swelling.
You know what it is?
Then it's going to be the best leg in the world.
You know
I'm
what it
telling
is?
you.
Like, how do you argue? Where do you go from there when somebody answers that way?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. And I
what do you-
actually heard an interesting perspective. I don't know how true this is, but there was a guy who's heavily into politics. He wears a black eye patch. If somebody in the
hold on. This sounds like some made up character.
Wait. No. He's
What?
a real dude. And because they interviewed him. What's his name? Stewart. Stewart. The dude Stewart. What's his name?
Stuart what? Stuart Little?
No, the guy who has that famous talk show.
Stuart. Something.
Whatever. He had him on and he was interviewing him and he was just talking about how
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. So he was talking about Trump.
John Stewart?
And John Stewart. And he was talking about how Trump is always saying, these outlandish things and how he exaggerates everything and everything is going to be fantastic no matter what. And he's saying that the Marines actually do the same thing for their soldiers. That no matter how bad the
Really?
situation is,
gonna
they're
be
always
great.
like, it's going to be
We're gonna make
awesome.
it.
We're going to make
Everybody's
it. We're going to
gonna-
get out of here.
we're gonna
Even
go
if
home.
in themselves, they know they are going to die.
Is there?
Their job is to make sure their platoon or their people feel like it's going to be the best thing ever. So he was like, so the fact that the president is always positive and he's always saying this is the best, we got the best people working on it, we're going to get the best results in the country, and we got the best results right now. It's like, that's just what he does because he's kind of taking away from the attention from things that actually are probably bad or is probably just mediocre. And he's just like, no. It's the best in history.
Yeah.
So I got it. I was like, I don't know if that's
It's definitely.
exactly
I don't know if maybe
why
that's-
he does it.
It probably worked his whole life.
Facts.
Dude is a successful.
He's where he is.
Rich man, dude.
Yeah. Facts. Because a lot of people be like, oh, but he's rich because his dad gave him the money. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful for a long time. Because you could give somebody who don't know nothing about business
Well, how much did he inherit?
$50 million they're not going to be successful because they don't know what to do with it, and they're probably going to blow it on cars and houses, and they don't know what to do. Where someone like Trump, who really studied his father's business and stuff, he made that couple $1 million that his family gave him into an empire. You gotta know some know-how. I couldn't make an empire.
I think he just knew the right. I think what he does, well, in my opinion, from what I see, like if it's true or not, I don't know. Yeah. But he always positions the people, the experts. He always positions them, to do their job well. Yeah, which is a manager, right? Like a manager will,
and he always says they're going to get the best results in the country.
They know the team,
best results in the world.
They put the team in position to do, to execute the task, and I mean that's a good management, right? Like I don't know about what he's as a president, I don't know, but he's probably he's trying to apply some strategies that he uses as a salesman in business, and it doesn't really go well with presidency as far as communicating effectively to the point where people are believing what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, whether
his tweets are kind of wild,
whether it was Obama, whether it was Trump, they both had their flaws. They both did great things, and they both did really stupid and bad things.
I mean, they're people, bro.
They're people. You know what I'm saying? Like ultimately, I feel like, especially like on like the social medias and how I see like my brothers and sisters in Christ like talking, it's like, dude, it's scary because it almost seems like they're looking for a messiah to end all. Like, this is going to be the guy that ends racism. Right. This is going to be we need Joe Biden because he understands and he's going to end it. Like, no, like there is no ultimate cure. You know what I'm saying? We need to start looking to Christ a little bit more. I think we have put a little bit too much faith in these politicians, and I think we need to put a little bit more faith back into the basics.
Somebody said something about I forgot who this was, my bad, but they said protest is an act of faith in humanity. Like if you protest, but if you, I should know where it is.
I know that's the part that I struggle with.
Okay, it's like doing something, an act of hope of humanity. Like this is gonna get my results. Met my
and
needs.
that was the whole point that I was trying to make, that I'm confused about with protesting, because ultimately as Christians we believe in sin, and everything that is happening right now that is corrupt, evil, against God's will, like unjustly killing anyone. These are all things that we fight towards. These are all things that, in the Word of God says that it is wrong. But ultimately, the reason why it's wrong is because it is sinful. It is a sin. So protesting and letting people be aware and screaming out these injustices that are real. I'm not taking away from the fact that these things need to be addressed, but yelling out these things and pleading to humanity is the part that confuses me, because we should be pleading to a God that changes everything, who has the power to make change, who has ability to put people in places that have the influence to make these changes in Congress, in presidency, and all that. You saying that God doesn't have the ability to put a true Bible-believing Christian in presidency? Of course he can. But it's like, we're like, no, we need to get out there and make an awareness. We need to tell people, like, I'm sorry, but you are not going to eradicate something that is innate nature in a human being by yelling at them that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You could yell all day to a race. You are racist, racist, racist. Get up out of here, racist. And that dude is still going to walk away racist. It didn't change him. He didn't go home and said, man, after that 50th racist chant, it changed me, man. I'm not racist no more. It's like the only way that person can truly be changed by him receiving a brand new heart that only Christ can do. Christ can change that person, and now that person will never be racist again, ever. That's the part that confuses me. It's like, if there should be a chant, it should be a chant of praising God, of praying over these people. Like, Christ should be involved. But when I look in the news and I look at these protests, I'm not seeing God. I'm seeing a personal vendetta against an injustice, which is true. But I'm seeing self. Like, I want justice. We need justice.
I think a lot of it, bro.
And it's like, what about?
I think a lot of it is outside perspectives. You know what I mean? Like, I think obviously what's happening right then and there in specific places, like obviously there's a stronghold and it's you know, there's things going on, but it's also a lot of online point of views.
Facts. And that's
it's
the thing.
A lot of internet point of views, and it's like, yo, if you just go back, forget the online internet point of views. If you just love your neighbors, so wherever you're at, like I'm over here, like you over there, like I'm not gonna go all completely out of my way and leave everything, my family, my taking care of my stuff, taking care of my lot, completely out of my way to go that way, unless there's a need to go completely out of my way to go that way. So for example, if I know you, like if somebody hit me up, I got people in different areas, you hit them up, like I built relationships with them.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think that we should be going out of our way for certain thing if we're not aware of what the real fight is. If you're not, see, when you build a relationship with somebody, you know, you have an idea of where the motive is with that person because you spoke with them, you talked with them, you built with them. So you be faithful with the real life people, the real life people. But then when you join something and you don't know what to expect, all of a sudden, let's say you join like a peaceful thing, right? All of a sudden, like half of your crowd just goes nuts, and you're like, "Hold on a second, what just happened?" Like that wasn't the fight I was trying to do. What are you doing? Like I was trying to have peaceful. Which, by the way, there are peaceful protests. So praise God for that. Praise God for people taking a stand. Praise God for all those things. Nobody's knocking none of that, and nor are we qualified to
honestly,
knock it. You're not qualified to knock it, bro.
For real.
Like,
and I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from a naive place. I don't understand. But this is what I feel. So if somebody can hit me up and explain to me, what is the power of protesting?
Hold on.
And why people do it? Please explain it to me.
Going back to what you're saying. We see a lot of loving your neighbor from internet. That's what we see. A lot of perspectives.
Yep.
A lot of perspectives.
Yeah.
It's almost like, dude, you spend more time on the internet than you are on the ground, like actually putting in work, bro. You can't be in the vocal booth, bro, and then typing activist things in the vocal booth. You can't be up in the vocal booth and be like, yo, I'm making a change right here. Bomb, let me tweet this. Bro, that's not
and that's the thing.
Feet on the ground.
That's the reason why I'm so focused on the word controlled, because when you start opening this up like that, yo, I can't tell you how many videos I've seen for all types of protests. Not just what's been happening right now with the Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about Women's March, LGBT agenda, any of one of them. And you see these people, they go and interview them on the street. What are you fighting for? And they have no idea.
Yeah.
They're like, Trump is trying to stop gay marriage, and then the person would be like, that's actually not true. He hasn't really overturned anything. Like whatever Barack Obama did, he's leaving alone. He hasn't overturned anything.
That's the problem.
Yeah, well, he's trying to take away jobs from homosexuals, and he's like, what? Or you go to the Women's March, we're fighting injustice because of, last week I got fired because I'm a woman. That's false, actually. You can't get fired because you're a woman. There's laws that protect whether you're a woman or a male. That's not true.
Right.
You can see hundreds and hundreds of videos of people not knowing. Yeah. So how do you control that? By limiting these things and getting a control group to meet with the people who are in charge.
Hold on. What is the response? Okay, damn, we out of time, man, and I really want to. All right, check it out. Look, the responsibility of the church. I see a lot of people pointing the finger at the church. I was one of them at one point for different reasons, different things, until the Lord opened my eyes to some things and humbled me. The church is designed for the church. Like the church of Christ is made for the body. It's made for saints. It's made for the saints. And when you go to the church, you have, we know in 1 Corinthians, you have spiritual gifts designed to serve your local body. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about God's sovereignty, saving you where you're at, finding fellowship with like-minded other believers who believe in the truth, finding a sound church that preaches and equips you for ministry. Then you go out to whatever it is that God sovereignly placed you in, whether what city, what profession, whatever it is, and you play your lane and master your craft in humility and humbleness to be conformed in the image of his son through whatever it is that God is putting you through. Everyone's situation is different. Single, married, a woman, a man, whatever, like father, husband, everybody's situation is completely different. And you are supposed to serve right where you're at in the relationships that you're building, right where you're at. Yo, the internet is messing things up. The internet is categorizing and boxing people in. It is being ran by machines and algorithms. This is a truth. I'm not discouraging people from thinking that they can try to make a difference online. I'm sure God has the ability to let his word go forth even through the internet. I'm sure, but I don't want us to be naive to think that we're changing the world or we're going to the mission field because I did a tweet. Facts. It ain't happening. You got to get your feet on the ground. Yep. You don't talk about it. Be about, like, now more than ever is the time to be about it, and be cautious on how you be about it, because there's a lot of agendas out there, and you might just be locking arms with something that's not God glorifying in any kind of way. And I don't know what that is, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm not up here preaching like I got the answers. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing. I got a podcast and I'm talking about it. So y'all walk away with your perspective. Hit me up. Tell me this, that. We have convos. Correct me. Correct my perspective. Whatever. That's what this is about. But at the end of the day,
I'm an open book.
At the end of the day, the fundamentals of our faith is what's most important.
Amen.
At the end of the day, Christ is what ultimately, now I'm sure they'll come at me. Fine. Yo, come at me. Ultimately is what matters most.
Yep.
So with that, I love y'all.
Amen.
We can't wait till next week. Hopefully y'all don't cancel me.
Can't cancel something that hasn't been put on.
We love y'all. Yo, facts. We're gonna finish up. We're gonna finish it up with another music. No, actually, I think we played all the tracks. Did we? Oh no, there's a music video. We're gonna play a music video.
Awesome.
And then we're gonna be out after this music video.
Yo.
Hold up. Let me get to the what is this music
And
video?
then we outie 5,000.
What's the music video, Gil? Do you know? I gotta hit that. All right, here's
I do not know.
Ray Knowledge and New Tone Lockdown featuring Big Breeze. Till next week, y'all. Grace and peace. Hope you were blessed. Latest.
And we begin tonight with breaking news on the coronavirus pandemic and the blunt assessment from President Trump about the tough week ahead, warning there will, quote, be a lot of death. The U.S. today crossing a new threshold, more than 300,000 cases nationwide, more than 8,000 deaths.
And we can't let none of this that's going on stop us. Because if you're a true believer, you wouldn't be in fear. Because you know God the answer. They got my city locked down. They said we can't come around. We going up on the wave. We gotta make us some noise. Yeah. Big got ain't one of the realest. They worried all in their feelings. Yeah. I'm trying to spread out the healing. You can get out of your feelings. Yeah. They trying to keep us locked down. They said we can't come around. They trying to keep us locked down. They said we can't come around.
Been everywhere that they got me on lock. Don't like it, but I probably pray for the ops. I'm working like Kobe, that's 24/8. I'm ballin' and I don't let go of the rock. I'm out in the streets, they gon' have to come cash me. Out on the block to some mom all they got. Make sure I don't give away none of my products. Most of you swine just be running your chop. See, I got the rock, he got the block. We run the play, we know they cannot stop. When I sow a seed, more living water. He bring the harvest till I see the rock. Forgive me, how did we fall? We had it all. He gave us victory up on the cross. We gotta bring the church out the 4 walls, yeah. Too many sharks, drip like tsunami, so hop on the wave. You cut a check, but it's after you tax me. Don't need your dollars, cause we bringin' change. We not the same, I know the king. Used to be low, but now I'm on the plane. Spirit designer covered in his name. I got the drip, cause I know I got rain.
They got my city locked down. They said we can't come around. We going up on the wave. We gotta make us some noise, yeah. They tryna keep us locked down. They said we can't come around.
I be a stock town. They have us locked down. got that good news. Can't keep the cross down. We don't need church in the building. We be the church and we building. Grab me the tools, time to go fishing. Can't take a cruise, grind with the mission. Some people crying, some people dying. Stomp on the serpent, ride with the line. I got the call, got on the line. Stay in the word, got on my mind. They hogging up all the paper. Loving my neighbor is greater. God, can you save us? We need to wake up. There is no time for the fake love. I don't see Dr. Phil. No need to pop a pill. I ride with the real. Pray for my Judas, plotting to kill. I ain't to see with these vatos. I'ma go reach with the gospel. I'ma go teach like apostles. Blessed with my feet, yes, apostles.
They got my city locked down. They said we can't come around. We going up on the wave. We gotta make us some noise, yeah. Big Daddy one of the realest. They worried all in their feelings, yeah. I'm trying to spread out the healing. You can get out of your feelings, yeah. They tryna keep us locked down. They said we can't come around. They tryna keep us locked down. They said we can't come around.
If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.